heartwarming story of kindness, courage, and an unexpected reward. It was a rainy evening in the small town of Greenfield. The streets were almost empty, and people hurried home to escape the storm. 19-year-old Ethan Carter rode his old delivery bike through the heavy rain. He worked long hours delivering food to support his sick mother and younger sister. Life had never been easy for him, but he believed in one simple rule: do good, even when nobody is watching. That night, he received one last delivery order. If he finished it, he'd earn enough money to buy medicine for his mother. As Ethan pedaled across a bridge, he heard a terrified scream. "Help! Somebody help!" He stopped immediately. Looking down toward the riverbank, he saw a black SUV hanging dangerously off the edge. A young girl was trapped inside while the car slowly slid toward the rushing water. Without thinking about his own safety, Ethan dropped his delivery bag and ran. The driver was unconscious. The girl, around 10 years old, was crying. "Please, don't leave me!" "I won't," Ethan promised. The vehicle slipped another few inches. Ignoring the danger, Ethan smashed the window with a rock, reached inside, and struggled to unlock the door. Just as the SUV began falling, he grabbed the little girl and jumped away. Seconds later, crash. The vehicle plunged into the river. Emergency workers arrived and rushed the girl to safety. A wealthy-looking man came running through the crowd. "My daughter, Emily," the little girl pointed at Ethan. "Daddy, he saved me." The man hugged his daughter tightly before turning to Ethan with tears in his eyes. "My name is Richard Bennett. I'll give you anything you want. Money, a house, a car. Just ask." Ethan looked at his soaked clothes and old bicycle. Then he smiled. "I don't need a reward, sir. I'm just happy she's safe." Richard was stunned. "Are you sure?" "Yes. If someone saved my sister, I'd hope they'd do the same." Ethan picked up his ruined delivery bag and quietly walked away. But Richard couldn't forget him. The next day, he hired investigators to find the young man. What they discovered shocked him. Ethan lived in a tiny, rented house. His mother needed expensive medical treatment. His sister was about to leave school because they couldn't pay the fees. Yet the young man had refused a fortune. Richard decided to help, but secretly. A few days later, Ethan found an envelope outside his house. Inside was a note. A good heart should never struggle alone. Along with the letter was proof that his mother's hospital bills had been paid and his sister's education had been fully funded. There was no name. Months passed. Ethan continued. Working one afternoon, he received an invitation to a large charity event. Confused, he attended. When he arrived, Richard Bennett walked onto the stage. "Ladies and gentlemen," Richard announced, "we often celebrate successful people. Today, I want to honor someone who risked his life for my daughter and asked for nothing in return." The crowd stood and applauded as Ethan walked forward. Richard smiled. "You saved my family. Today I want to change yours," he offered. Ethan a full scholarship to college and a permanent job at his company whenever he completed his studies. Ethan's eyes filled with tears. "I didn't save Emily for this." "I know," Richard replied. "That's exactly why you deserve it." Years later, Ethan graduated with honors and became one of Richard's most trusted business partners. But he never forgot where he came from. He created a foundation to help struggling families, pay children's school fees, and provide medical care for those in need. One day, a young reporter asked him, "What's the secret to your success?" Ethan smiled and looked at an old delivery bag hanging in his office. "The greatest reward for kindness isn't money. It's the lives you change." Nearby, Emily, now a young woman, added with a smile, "And sometimes, kindness comes back when you least expect it." Moral of the story: true heroes don't help others because they expect a reward. They help because it's the right thing to do. And while kindness may not always be repaid immediately, it often returns in ways greater than we could ever imagine. A single act of selfless kindness can change many lives, including your own.